You have a blanket? That's for your head. Not that you're really going to use it, but to support your head in some of the moves. A ball. If you have a yoga ball, you could use your yoga ball. If you don't, a tennis ball will be fine. If you enjoy mobility, you might want to get your own yoga ball. There's like a softball size, but they're very soft and gentle. And you also need today a stick. We're going to do something a little different. So I'll give you a few minutes. We're going to use this, not a lot, but it would be really nice if you just took your broom, unscrew your broom sweeping part away from it and have a stick. We'll be going into the shoulders today. All right. So, a tennis ball, a blanket for your head, some kind of a stick to use, and a yoga ball if you have one. If not, no big deal. A tennis ball will work. All right, well, we're back here. I'm live streaming to you. So grateful that you can be here with me, whether you are watching this live or you're watching this later. Take a few moments just to be on our mat, settle into our practice. Always, no matter what kind of practice we're doing, so nice to settle in. Just take a few moments to set an intention for practice. Shoulder mobility, fun. Take a deep breath in. And then a big exhale to let it go. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, take your hand to your head. So take your left hand to the right side of your head and draw your neck to that left side. And then extend your right arm out, and you might already feel a lot of tension in this side of your right side of your body. Maybe that stress. We've had a lot going on. So go ahead and just reach that right arm out. And just notice how that feels already. Go ahead and take your palm, really hold the back of your head. Your left elbow is going to reach out to the side. You're going to lift up and reach up. Breathe through that tension in that left shoulder or your right shoulder as you draw your left arm back. Breathe that tension away from you. And then go ahead and release your arm and come back to center. Ooh, shake it out. So we'll work all throughout the shoulders, the neck, the upper body here. Go ahead and bring your opposite hand to your head. Big palm over the side of your head. Reach out to the side. And then extend your arm out. Your palm is down. Just find long breaths here. Breathe through that, any tension that might be sitting in your neck. And then go ahead and release your arm, release your head. Ooh, draw your shoulders forward and back. Circle them around. So we're going to let go of that tension. Go ahead and come up to your knees. I'm going to turn sideways. Come up to your knees and take a long breath in. Take a little back bend and then fold. Tap your fingers down and then lift up. Long breath in and fold. Do that a few more times. Big, long, deep breath in. Exhale, release and fold. And once more, big, long breath up and in. And fold. Tap your fingers down, open up the shoulder blades so the shoulders really open here as you reach forward, and then just move your body from side to side. And then slowly lift up, come back to your knees, roll your shoulders around in a circle. Good. Take your arms, clasp them behind your back. Draw your arms away from you. Reach down and lift your arms up. And just breathe here. And then slowly come up and release. Take your arms above your head. Big breath up. Circle the arms down and back. Nice. So you should already feel that tension that we first created when we did this. You should feel it already moving away from your body. So let's go ahead and come on down to our belly. And then bring your palms down and nod your head yes here. And then shake your head no. We're just going to warm up a little bit as we get into this. So go ahead and bring your arms out to the side. Bend your right knee and tap your right foot. And then come back to center. Palms are flat. Bend your left knee and then tap your left foot. So we're just warming up our shoulders. Good. Come back to center. Bend the right knee and tap. Center. Bend left knee and tap. Couple more. Bend right knee and tap. And then bend left knee and tap. Come all the way back down. Bring your palms and your elbows right underneath you. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Nod your head yes. And then shake your head no. Good. Go ahead and flex your feet and draw your knees in toward your chest. And reach your hips back towards your heels. And shake your lower back out. Good. And go ahead and drop your head between your biceps. Open the shoulder blades. Pull them apart from one another. And you're breathing here. And then gently release. Good. Go ahead and bring your knees back just a little bit further underneath your hips. And lift your hips. Keep your knees slightly bent. Drop your head between your elbows and bend the right and left knee. So we're going to pull our shoulder blades apart in this kind of modified dolphin, warming up the back of the legs, the low back, and then working our way to warm up our shoulders. Nice. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And then go ahead and bring your elbows and your knees back down and extend your legs. Go ahead and come all the way down to your belly. And bring your arms behind you. You can bring your forehead down. Take your arms behind your back. Place the backs of your hands on your glutes and let your elbows drop down. So that there's gravity from the elbows dropping back down. Your hands Palms are facing up, hands are on the back of your glutes. Good, breathe here. One more breath. And then go ahead and release your left hand, bring it to the mat. Bring your right forearm into a bind on your low back. And just lift your chest up. Lift your chest up and let your right elbow drop out to the side. We're just letting that right shoulder open up here. And then lower down. Take your left arm, bring it to a bind. Take your right palm by your side here, just helping you lift up. Let your left elbow drop, and then just lift up. You'll feel this whole shoulder kind of drop into a nice little stretch. Good, one more breath. And then go ahead and lower your head, palms down by your side. Lift up and push back, come into child's pose. Leave your arms nice and long. Think about stretching through your armpits here, reaching all the way out and back, and let your forehead come down. See if you can lift your elbows off the mat. So lift the elbows up off the mat. And then very carefully come back to your belly and turn to your side. So turn to a side, doesn't matter which side. This is when you can use your blanket. Bring your blanket underneath your head. Bring your elbow right in front of your shoulder, like so. Take your opposite hand and hold on to the top of this bent elbow. Or you can bring your body across, and we're going to pull this arm down. So we're just going to take this palm and reach it down, taking a nice stretch all the way through the back of the shoulder head. And I want you to breathe through that. So everybody's flexibility will look different here. Some of you might have your hand up a little higher. Some might have it a little lower. It just depends on that mobility in your shoulder. Make sure that elbow is in front of the shoulder, and then breathe and hold here. Great, you can wiggle fingers here. Just notice how it feels to move your hand as you're pulling down. This is a great stretch. I know you guys feel this. You get to choose how far the palm reaches down as you breathe here. Nice. One more long breath in. And then a giant exhale. And go ahead and release, and then extend that arm. And then come onto your back. Same arm laying flat on your back. You're going to lift your arm up. Take your palm and your fingertips and push it right in between the shoulder socket. So where the shoulder meets, the arm meets the shoulder socket and the arm meet. Put a little pressure right there. So it's right here. You're going to put a little pressure right here. Lying flat on your back, arm comes up, turn your elbow out to the side, and then so you can turn your palm away from you and move your arm out and then down. And just put a little pressure here and lift it up. And reach it down. And just gaze up to the ceiling as you lift up. Push into that. So you're keeping that shoulder down and you're finding this movement here and reach it back. Do that a few more times. Kind of helps you place your shoulder back into socket if you have any kind of dislocation that you might not even realize you have. Good. Once more, keep that pressure down on that shoulder and then lift it up. Now, take your arm and reach it overhead, keep the pressure, and then bring it down by your side. And then reach it overhead, and then by your side. Good, one more time, reach up overhead, and then go ahead and release. Just notice the difference between the arm that you just did and the opposite arm. It should feel a little bit more open. Good. Lying flat on your back, give your knees a little hug, tuck them in, and then rock your low back from side to side. Nice. And let's go ahead and do the other side. Just going to turn around and face you. You guys can just roll to the opposite side. Come to the side of your body. Bend your elbow. And then turn your palm down towards your knees. Take your opposite hand on that top of your hand and reach down and hold here. And just breathe through that stretch. And you'll know where you need to stop because you'll get that sense of that it's deep enough. Hold it here, close your eyes and breathe through it. Opening up the shoulder socket. Nice, just keep holding that down as you breathe, breathe, breathe. And again, you choose how far you want to go. Good, a few more breaths, releasing any stress from our shoulders. No reason to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We're going to let it go here in this mobility class. Good. One more long, deep breath in. And then go ahead and let it go. And gently release. And come onto your back. Lay flat on your back. And then take your opposite hand, push it right where the shoulder socket meets the chest here, and lift your arms straight up. And then turn your palm away from you and push in and just reach out and down and then lift back up. Good. And then reach it down, and you might feel the shoulder pop into place if it has any dislocation here. It's actually very surprising when it does. You didn't even realize that you might have had a little dislocation in the shoulder. Push right down and lift up. Good, let's do that a couple more. Nice, last one. Reach down. Perfect. And then bring it back up. And then just turn your palm the opposite direction. Keep that pressure on in between your shoulder blade and your chest and lift up and down. Breathing. Couple more. Good, last one. And then release. Take your legs nice and long. Bring your arms above your head. Give yourself a long stretch here. Stretch those arms out as far as you can. And then bend your knees and give your knees a little hug. And rock your low back from side to side. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and rock up to our seat. Come back around. You can bring a blanket underneath your knees. Come to your knees. Take your arms above your head and go ahead and grab one wrist and use the other wrist to reach over to the side, and then see if you can breathe through that shoulder all the way through the side of your body. Good. Move your arm forward and back. Nice. Couple more. Forward and back. And then come to center and reach over to the other side. Reach all the way over. Whew, this is big. Go forward and back. Breathing here. Nice. Keep moving. And then come to center and shake it out. Whew. All right, so the next thing you want to do is hopefully you're by a wall, and if you're not by a wall, step off your mat and go by a wall. We're going to take our palm and we're going to flip our arm so that our fingertips are facing down against a wall. So your fingertips are facing down against a wall, and then just bring your arm right to the side of you so that it's in line with your shoulder, and fingertips down. Push your palm against the wall and just breathe here. And just breathe through this. It's going to open up all the way down through your forearm, through your wrist, and then all the way back into the shoulder. It's a little bit intense. Just breathe through it. Good. Take one more breath. And a big exhale. So if you have to stay here a few moments to really feel the benefit of this stretch, and I know it's intense, and I know you guys feel it, we're almost there. One more big, long breath. And then a big exhale to let it go. And then go to release. Ooh, yeah, that felt really good. Let's do the other side. So again, you don't have to be on your mat. Go to some place in your house that you have a wall. You're going to turn those fingertips, face them down. Reach into that wall. And then push into that palm and kind of turn away from it. Hold yourself and breathe here. And maybe one arm might feel more intense than the other. It's often the case. Stay here a few moments and breathe into it. It's about 2 minutes. Good. One more breath. Actually, 2 more breaths. One more long, deep breath. take another one just because it feels so intensely good. And then exhale it out. And come back to center and shake it out. I know you felt that. I totally felt that with you. Bring your blanket forward. It's going to come right underneath your head. Come to your hands and your knees. We're just going to do a little counter stretch to the one we did against the wall. Take your arm up. Reach your arm underneath your body. Let your palm flip up, and then just bring your forehead down to your blanket. So your forehead comes down to your blanket, and you let that arm stretch through. We're not going to drop into it. We're going to keep it somewhat high to get that nice deep stretch. Keep your hips level. You can flex your feet. So normally or often we come down and we come all the way down like so. This time we're making it a little bit more of an active stretch. Keep your forehead on your blanket. Good, one more breath. And then carefully bring yourself up. And let's do the other side. Take your other arm, reach it out, pull it right underneath, let the top of your palm come down, forehead comes down, hips stay squared, and get a nice deep stretch through that counter stretch from the wall push. Nice, breathe here. One more long breath. And then gently release. Ooh, shake it out. Hope you guys are hanging in there with me. Mobility yoga is a little different than your regular yoga class. Go ahead and sit up, circle the shoulders around, shake them out. Now let's go ahead and come on to our elbows once more. Come to your elbows. Palms are down. Lift those hips. Come back to that dolphin. Bend the right and left knee and pull the shoulder blades apart. And just stay here for a few moments. You can keep your knees slightly bent if that feels better. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, so pull them back. Take another long breath here. Take one more breath, conscious breath. Breathe in. And a big exhale. And then going to come back down to your knees and reach out to child's pose. Extend your arms. This time, bring your palms out by your feet, face them up, and let the shoulders hang. Let the shoulders drop a little more. Let them fall. Let gravity pull them down. And then shake your head no. Good, bring your palms back by your side and sit up and just, I want you to check in with your shoulders. See how that feels. Take your hands to the tops of your shoulders and circle the elbows around. One direction, and then go ahead and circle them in the opposite direction. Nice, good job. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and grab our pole here. Grab your pole or your broomstick, whatever you have at your house. And we're going to come to a stand and bring our pole in front of us. And then bend your knees and hold on to the pole with one of your hands and drop your chest down. And then take that pole and move it very carefully from left to right. So you're just moving it from side to side. And then if you feel a spot where you have a lot of tension or buildup in that shoulder, just hold there and breathe through it. Good. Take another long breath. And then go ahead and release. That was intense. Let's do the other side. So switch arms, bend your knee, drop down into that stretch, and then move your pole from side to side. And if you find a spot that has a lot of tension, just hold in that one spot and breathe through it. Good. Another long breath. Roll it up. Ah, good. So remember, after we're finished with this class, drink lots of water. We're opening things up. We're opening up in our neck, in our chest. Anytime we work on this upper body, this whole heart space, we open up and we create this movement of stagnant energy. And in that movement, you might cough a little. It has nothing to do with any kind of virus. It's just your body detoxing, so make sure you drink lots of water. So we're going to continue with the pole. This next one might feel a little bit intense, so back off a little bit if it feels too intense. You need a little bit of space. You need enough space to be able to maneuver the pole. So we're going to come on down to our belly. And draw the pole out in front. And all we're going to do here is, with the pole out in front, hold it as wide as you can in a comfortable way. So the pole's out in front as wide as you can, and then lift up. Just the pole, not your back. Lift it up. And then with the pole lifted up as high as you can, move it from side to side. And then when you come back to your right side, go ahead and lift up and hold and reach up. Feel this all the way down through that right arm. If you'd like, you can drop your head. So this will look different for all of us, just depending on the flexibility of the shoulder. For some of you, it might be really close to your head and you're feeling an intense stretch. It doesn't matter where the pole is, it's where that stretch comes in to increase that mobility in your shoulders. And then go ahead and come back up, move it side to side. And then on the left side now, go ahead and drop that pole down. As you reach that right arm up, you can drop your head down and breathe here. Take another long breath in. And then come back to center and draw your pole forward. Bring your elbows by your side. Let's come up for just a little cobra here. And then exhale, release. Push back, come into your child's pose. And then roll back to your belly. We're not done with the pole yet, almost. Take your arms, reach them forward. Take your palms and then reverse them as they come forward and lift your arms straight up. Let your forehead come down. And then bend your elbows and bring them out to the side. And then reach it back out and release. All right, one more time with the pole. Take your arms up. Hold on to that pole as wide as you can. Lift it above your head once more and just see how that feels now in the body. Bring it as far back as you can. And if you feel like your flexibility with the pole isn't where you want it to be, just practice this a couple times a week and you will notice an increased flexibility in the shoulders. Good, one more breath. And then slowly bring it down and you can take your pole to your side. Come back to your hands and knees. Rock your hips from side to side. And then roll back towards your heels. Stretch your low back, stretch through the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades open up in this stretch. And then take just this small little side to side stretch through the side of your low back. Good. Roll forward. Bring your elbows down. We're going to come into our dolphin once more. Lift your hips and shake your head no. Bend the right and left knee if you like, but it's mostly about shaking it out in the upper body. Nod your head yes. Good, and then go and bring your knees down. All right, let's go ahead and come onto our back. And we're going to use our balls now. So come onto your back. And if you'd like to, if you have the yoga ball, you could use it. If not, we're going to use the tennis ball. I'll use a tennis ball with you. So come to the side of your body and bring the ball right underneath so it's right underneath your shoulder, right underneath this front part of your shoulder blade here. We're going to roll on the ball right here. So right in here. On the side of our body. So you're just going to take the ball, go ahead and hold on to your head, bring it right underneath, and just roll forward and back. Feels really good. You guys will enjoy this. We're just going to roll all the way around through that shoulder, so we will be coming onto our back. But first, let's just roll it out right here. And if you've never done ball rolling, it might feel really intense, but it's that kind of intensity where it's doing so much good that it feels good, hurts so good in such a good way. Just breathe through it. And close your eyes if you'd like, and keep your eyes open, it doesn't matter, as you breathe. So help you go deeper into the back of the shoulder, just kind of working through the bottom of the shoulder. Woo, that's intense. Maybe drop your arm and bring your head down on your pillow if you'd like. And breathe. And then just take that little small forward and back motion. Ooh, this is really intense. If you find a spot that's really intense, hold that spot and breathe. I feel it all the way into my chest. And then remove that blanket, bend your elbow, come up. And we're gonna move in that same area. This time we're gonna bring the ball. So it was right here. We're gonna roll it just a little further back in underneath our shoulder blade. So use your blanket as a pillow to kind of find a little bit of relaxation. Find that placement of your ball. And then just go ahead and roll right over the ball. And now that we're here, you can use your arm to help you, so less movement of the back and the body, and you can use your arm, and the arm will help you find the intensity. Bend your elbow, move it side to side. Nice. Breathe here. Good. Then if you find a spot that you feel could have a little pin and hold, go ahead and hold it there. Or maybe move your body over that spot. And then right where you are, go ahead and just draw your hips flat on your back, on your mat, and roll out. Right underneath the shoulder blade here, hold it here with the tennis ball underneath there, and then take your arm, reach it up, and bring your arm up, and then down by your side. And lift it up. And by your side. And breathe. You can go ahead and leave me a comment if you feel like this is so intense. I totally am with you. If you drop both your legs down, the intensity gets bigger because you're putting more weight on this part of your body. So your bent knees helps, or straighten them out. Bring your arm down and rock your knees from side to side here. Just shake it out from side to side. Nice. Good, and then find stillness. Go ahead and move that ball over towards the center of your blade now, a little bit towards the center. Continue to rock your knees from side to side. We're just going right along the edge of our shoulder blade. Rocking side to side. Keep your knees to the opposite side and then take your arm where the ball's under and move it up and down. And if you hate the ball, you could skip this part of this mobility class. You will feel so wonderful afterwards, I promise. Good, once more, lift it up. Bring your knees back to center. Stay for a moment just to hold. Make sure you have that blanket underneath your head. Just for fun, let's go ahead and lift our hips. Ooh, bridge right over that ball. And then lower. One more time, bridge up. Relax your breath. And then lower, lower, lower. And roll off your ball. Ooh, come up. We're going to switch sides. Ooh, now just take a notice how that feels on that side. Shake it out. And you guys can switch sides. That was about 8 minutes on the ball. Plenty of time. Take the ball to the other side. We're going to put it right underneath. So we're going to start it. Find your shoulder head. And then we're just going to start right there, right underneath the armpit, the side of the shoulder head. And take your hand. You can bring your blanket on top of your arm. Hold your head to start and just kind of roll it forward and back. Ooh, you might even find a few little knots tied up in there. Just carefully go over them. And close your eyes as you breathe. Maybe extend your arm out, lay on your blanket. As you roll it out. Good, breathe here. Nice. Good, go ahead and bend and straighten that arm. The more you do mobility, the more you'll notice that when you do any kind of exercise, the recovery is so much faster. It's really good for the body. Once a week, it's working on a different part of the body. It's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and keep that ball right in the bottom of that shoulder blade. Go ahead and come to the side, just slightly, not all the way, and then lift this same arm up and down. Good. Circle the arm around. As you breathe, hold if it feels like you need to hold and pin. And then when you're ready, you can roll towards your back. Use your blanket as a pillow. Bring it right underneath the bottom of that shoulder blade. You can rock it from side to side. So many ways to get into it. Lift the arm up and down. This is better than a massage. It's a self-massage. You can go as deep as you like or as shallow. You can straighten out your legs if you want. It goes a little deeper if the legs are straight, a little bit more pressure. Move it from side to side. As you breathe, almost there. Come back just to the center so you can flatten out your spine here and rock your knees from side to side. And then hold your knees to the opposite direction and take the arm that the ball's under and circle it around. Nice. Other direction. Back to center. Go ahead and take the ball from behind your back. Take your arms, move your blanket away from you. Take your arms above your head. Take a long stretch in. And then bend the right knee and bring it to your chest. And then switch left knee in, right leg long. Shake your head here. Bring both knees in, give them a hug. Roll up to your seat. Come all the way up to your seat. Whew, good work. Take your arms, wrap them around you, and then reach for opposite elbows. And then let your elbows fall right into your shins and pull back, opening up the shoulders. And then shake your head no. And nod your head yes. And then roll it up. Still holding on to those shins. Move it from side to side. And then lift up nice and tall. Extend your legs out. Take your left hand to your right knee, or I'm sorry, either your right shin or foot. And that elbow's pointing away from you, and then turn towards the right and let that shoulder take a nice stretch. If you can't reach your foot, you can reach for your back of your calf. You just want to stretch into that shoulder. And then just kind of glide it from left to right. Good. Hold it center. Breathe here. And then go ahead and release. Ooh, big stretch. Let's do the other side. Take your right hand towards your left calf, shin, maybe foot, and then Go ahead and reach over towards your left. And we're just taking a long stretch through our shoulder. And then you can glide from side to side. Good job. This is not easy. Keep going. We're almost there. Good. And then come back to center. Shake it out. And then last stretch here. Go ahead and reach towards your toes or your shins. You can bend your knees, roll down. Hunch your back, so hunch over for a stretch. And then slowly let it go. Around the center. You've done it. Shoulder mobility, including a little yoga. Take your arms out to the side. Big, 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 long stretch, thumbs face up. And then just turn right and left. Center. Take your right elbow under your left elbow. Cross your hands, cross your palms, or touch your shoulders, and lift your elbows up. Either way, wherever you are, come forward and fold. Let the shoulder blades open up once more. And reach it all the way back up. Open the arms wide, thumbs up, rock it from right to left. And then go ahead and cross your left elbow under the right. So either hold onto your shoulders, bring your palms back to back, or touch your palms together. Lift your elbows up, and then roll forward. Shake it from side to side. And then slowly release. Roll your shoulders back. Circle them around. Awesome job, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. What a great class. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye. Mwah.